Is it possible to be fully awake and have a successful relationship in the Matrix? That's a good question. Something that I haven't achieved yet. As a woman who has been seeing this world different since I was a child and have been involved with different relationships in the attempt to build something solid that would last beyond this reality with someone that I was created specifically for, I can tell you firsthand that in the relationship area, I haven't found that success. I haven't found that success at all. And you need to know that if you're interested in remembering who you truly are, and if you are focused on going down the rabbit hole and exploring truth and coming into the knowledge of the truth and being resurrected in Christ consciousness and power, that the chances that you will find a partner who is also on that same level with that same interest that you are equally yoked with, the chances of that are slim to none. It's not that there aren't people out here that are conscious. The problem comes that many people who are conscious want some truth, but not all truth. So they will embrace truth as long as that truth is comfortable with the level that they're willing to be on. But they're not all or nothing people. They don't want, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. They want to explore truth to a certain point, and then once they reach that truth, they're totally closed off to embracing deeper levels of truth. And as you continue to seek truth and walk in the knowledge of who you are and continually work on yourself, continually focus on self-mastery, continually push to be reborn, the higher up you go, the thinner the air and the company. You may attract someone into your life that's awake, quote unquote. But are they truly awake, or do they just have enough knowledge to attract you and to make you think that they are someone who is actualized without having the knowledge to keep you? See, many people have the knowledge to lure you in, but they don't have the knowledge to maintain that attraction or that relationship. Because if you continue to grow, that's going to force them to continue to grow. And again, if that's not their interest, you're going to find yourself back by yourself. It's a very sticky situation when you are coming into this life. You have to really know, I need you to know that you have to be totally okay with being alone. You have to be totally okay if you never attract that soulmate or that twin flame or whatever verbiage you want to use. You have to be totally okay. You got to know this going in, that this is the narrow road over here. It's very scarce. It's not a whole lot of people over here. They walk to a certain extent, but then they jump back on that other side. Or they're on that other side, and then they come over to the narrow road, and they see it ain't really a whole lot popping over here. So then they find themselves back following the crowd, because the Matrix has masterfully designed this reality to provide any and everything that a person could want or think that they need from it. And so finding a mate, especially I'll speak for myself, attracting someone into my life that is focused on building something substantial that is beyond this time, that is not distracted by the woman in the red dress, that is committed to their purpose, committed to being one with God, committed to being the best version of themselves that they can be without the ego tripping, the materialistic mindset of wanting, the things of the world, the things that the world has to offer. It's impossible. I haven't encountered that individual. Not saying that individual doesn't exist, but when I signed up for this, I had to make a decision. Would you be okay with being alone and not having that other 180 degrees support and back to help you implement your purpose into this reality? I had to have a full, solid yes. Because the Messiah, he said, sell all and follow me. And that to me means that what was being said is this. Be willing to get rid of everything. Every concept, every desire, every relationship, every possession. You got to disconnect yourself from all of that in order to fully follow me. Because if you don't, you're going to get lured back. And if you allow any of that to lure you back, you're not worthy to transcend this reality. You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. See, love in the romantic sense can also be an attachment. Because majority of people that love romantically are attached to the person that they're intimate with, that they're in that relationship with. That is a fact. You're not going to find someone intimate and in an intimate relationship with someone who is in love with someone that is not attached to that person on a certain level. So that attachment can be a trap. See, we're to be attached to nothing. Connected to everything, yes, but attached to nothing. Because nothing here is real. We are in an experience. We are in an experience and we're experiencing each other. And so if we get attached to that experience, we can't transcend this reality. This is why in the story it's so important to focus on the story of the character of the Messiah instead of the character of the story. Because if you watch how the Messiah moved, he moved. He did it moving. He didn't have a house, stable, being stable. He didn't have a wife, to our knowledge, or women that, he was engaging with. Why? Because those are all attachments. Those will keep you at a standstill. It will keep you at a standstill. Because again, many of the people who present themselves as being conscious are still very much asleep. And it's the right situation that comes that will show you that they're very much asleep. They have enough knowledge to lure you in and to pique your interest, but not enough to keep you because they're not living it. They're not living it. They're not true to this. If you're going to be true to this, you got to understand that the likelihood of you finding or pairing up with someone who is on that same frequency with those same intentions and that same perspective, who is able to love you without the attachment, able to love you unconditionally, able to support your purpose, able to be a partner in purpose without getting distracted, allowing their ego to take them on an ego trip, and being double-minded, the chances of finding that are slim to none. God in you has to really be enough for you to transcend this. So if you are needy and you need, the companionship and the relationship, and you need somebody in your bed, and you need someone that you can, fight with and argue with and be attached to have a sense of belonging, that is going to get you caught up on this road, because you eventually will only be able to hit a certain level of truth. You can't transcend and continually graduate from one level to the next without feeling the obligation to drag that person with you or bring that person with you. If you outgrow them, the relationship is dead. So either you get in the relationship, you both consciously take that position that you're going to be open to whatever truth has to show you, and you're going to go as far as you can until you transition from here with the full understanding that we don't belong to each other. We are connected, but we belong to God, and not feel that attachment and sense of possessiveness over that person. Without that, it's not going to work. So, is it possible to have a relationship? Yes. There's plenty of people to get in a relationship with if you want to dumb yourself down and compromise and settle. But if you are looking for that otherworldly experience, the chances of finding that are slim to none. So if you are okay with that, then this road is for you. If you're not okay with that, you can continue to keep seeking truth and coming into truth and doing what you do on lower levels. Just know that once you hit a certain level, you're going to have to choose whether to go all in with God and leave the world behind, or go all in with the world and leave God behind. Once you truly wake up, it's impossible to go back to sleep. There's no naps, no snoozes, no dirty 30s. It's impossible to see the world in any other way other than through your eye. And so if you're not willing to make that type of sacrifice and that type of choice where you're willing to sell all and follow God and be all in or nothing, I would say stay playing in the matrix. Stay getting your senses stimulating. Stay having sex when you want to with who you want to. Stay participating and being attached to the things of this world. Because on this side of the fence, Ain't a whole lot of traffic over here. Ain't a whole lot of movement. It's not a whole lot going on. We focus tunnel vision. Attached to nothing, connected to everything. And we're not even interested in engaging with anyone who is not on that same frequency. If we find that, then it'll be on and popping. But if we don't, it's still on and popping, because we know we're going to transcend this reality and graduate into the next one. And maybe we'll get what we wanted in the next lifetime. Peace.